Here we go. Goodbye, tomato. Goodbye, tomato. Let's remove that one. There we go. Top of mind, advancing through opportunities. Where do opportunities come from? Hey, there is opportunities all over the place. And right now, I just got an opportunity to address an email that came through. And we're going to take care of that in a second. Got it. Boom. This is the advantage of working, doing this all from that remote location. So where does opportunities come from? Good question. Do they come from challenges? Yeah, absolutely. Do they come from um, do they come from luck? No, I don't think so. I'm not a big fan of that. Ooh, you got lucky, kind of a thing. Opportunities come from all over the place, and a lot of times they come from good leadership. Your leadership could be, right? Hey, how did you wind up taking that group to success? Well, you know what? It's good leadership. Because you could have a group of people that you're just not leading properly and it flounders. Flounders. I can't begin to tell you. And I'm sure you have your own stories in there about groups that you got started with. The networking groups are always a good example of that whole thing. Everybody goes into, oh yeah, we're going to get together. Had those situations too. We're going to get together and we're going to do things. Okay. That's good. Okay. We're going to do things. We're going to get the right people together and we're going to make it happen. We're going to be able to support each other and just get out there, take it to the next level. What a bunch of crap. Just telling you, man, what a bunch of crap that is. And maybe this ties in with the elevator pitch and all the rest of the stuff. Maybe it also ties in with sincerity, authenticity, and everything else like that that goes on. You want to throw authenticity into the equation with that one? You're going to get together with a group of 12. I really want to get a group of 12 people together. You were handpicked. You were one of the folks that we really wanted to have a part of this team. Why? Because you were forward looking. Stop talking. I'll stop talking too. Forward looking. Now, if the person's looking at you, go, what is forward looking? They don't get it. But if their body language says, yeah, that sounds interesting, now you got someone who's engaged. That's good leadership. It's good listenership too. Two go hand in hand. Two go hand in hand. Now, when you can build that right team of people, let's go, the magic 12. You've got 12 people that really get that whole idea of forward looking, and you're a good leader. Is your job done? No, no, it actually is only just kind of beginning to take on a new shape, a new size, a new effort as that goes. Because your group of people, they're all forward looking people. So, what does that mean? As one of my friends inside the Toastmaster world gave a speech about, he's like, it's like herding kittens. You ever try to herd a group of kittens? Get everybody collected in the same place at the same time? Not easy, not doable, and it's not worth the effort. It's not worth the effort, but to corral them. Kathleen, good morning to you. But if you really want to get that group, and you have to get that group because the key word here is it is a group. Getting a group together really takes getting a group to work effectively together really truly takes some different kind of leadership skills. Different. So now it's your personality. It's you that brought everybody together. If they didn't know, like, and trust you, they wouldn't have been there in the first place. Because nobody's going to go into a group that's building with forward-looking people and they don't have faith in you. Ouch. You're absolutely out of there. That's the sincerity side of things. It just ain't. It just is not happening. Hey, good morning to my wife. You are an excellent leader. You are. You are too kind. Oh well, we'll share some of my shortcomings on that one too, because sometimes I do not lead by example the way I want to. But let's stay focused over here. So now you've got this group, the Magic 12. I'm going to start a group called the Magic 12. Actually, I need a group right now called the Magic 12. We're promoting, that racetrack stuff. And it's not so much as the racing, but it's a different topic. We'll stay focused on you. You have that group of Magic 12. Forward-looking people, I get it. Oh, yeah, forward-looking. And then, Brian, yeah, I know, like, and trust you, or Kathleen, or Karen. If you're the one running that group, same thing for you. Same thing for you. And we do get groups of people together. Now, they understand what forward-looking means. All right, that's good. Or they just want to follow you wherever. Become the raving lunatic team, which is nothing is better than the raving lunatic team. All right. But they're all type A people. They're all nuts. they're all in the world of bright, shiny objects. The world is like, yeah, that sounds good. Let's go out there and do it. It's a high-powered group, high-energy group. They are ready to take on the world, and sometimes that's a problem because we can not take on the entire world all at one time, although we think we can. We need to take little steps, along the way. And now, what are you going to do? You're going to tell you a group of people that are willing to follow you wherever you want to go because they are forward looking, and you're going to tell them, "Whoa, we're not going to take on the world." Like, oh, that's not good. So you, as a good leader, need to do something different. It's to step back and let the group kind of form and gel. But you can't step back all the way. It's a matter of what is the major goal. If you can convey that major goal to everybody, now here's the path you're on with the whole thing. Think about it two ways, right? Bad leader, good leader. Bad leader. Here's the goal. We are going to bring 200 people to this event. The event is in 2 weeks. We have got a big push on it. We need you to get out there, call every one of your people. And this is what you're going to tell them. And you give them the script. Oh, count me out on that one. What's the event? Why am I doing this? What's in it for me? There's always a little bit of what's in it for me. Just purely a fact as things go, without a doubt, that kind of thing. And then you're going to tell me everything that I'm going to do. And you've got me in this group because I'm a forward thinker. I'm forward looking at things in the world of possibilities, take on the world. You don't need that Magic 12 group. You didn't build a Magic 12 group. You need the Magic 12. But you didn't build a Magic 12 group. You built a group of 12 followers. Just followers. People that are looking to take instructions and go on. That, my friend, is an employee. Whether they get paid or not, whatever it's that's the 9 to 5 employee. Are they useful? Absolutely. All right. And are they enjoying that aspect of their life as a 9 to 5 person? Absolutely. There's one woman that comes to mind like no other. Came in at 9, left at 5. That's it. Lunch was from 12 to 1, took lunch from 12 to 1, without a doubt. Worked like a dog the rest of the time. But when it was time to go home at 5 o'clock, I almost said punch out a clock. A little dating on that one there. But when it was time to go home at 5 o'clock, man, she was gone. Is that bad? It's bad for your Magic 12 group. And if you brought her in as a leader for your Magic 12 group, bad leadership skills, not good. If you brought her into your group because you needed people to do what you have stated to do, well, guess what you are? You're more of the leadership, and I'm going to use a military analogy on this thing. All right. The difference between a sergeant and a general. All right. Sergeant, you're there with your team. You're telling them what to do. You expect them to follow you without question, without hesitation, without any reservation at all. That's what all boot camp is about. That's what all that stuff is about. It's like, okay, I say we're going up the hill, we're going up the hill. You're not going to say, well, why are we going up the hill? Or how are we going up the hill? We're just going up the hill. That's it. You go. So it tells you you're going to the right, you're going left, you're going straight up, whatever. You stay back, you're doing whatever it is. You're just following blindly. You're just following commands as they've been told to you. That, my friends, is very useful. And I think in the military, it's probably, maybe we can speak to somebody. Actually, I'm supposed to have a meeting with somebody that is from the military. I ask him. But it is very useful to obtain an objective militarily, and also business or nonprofit, whatever, but to obtain it, you are now leading as a sergeant. That is good leadership depending upon your audience. Always comes down to your audience and what you are trying to do. So if you have all those ideas in your head and you want a group of 12, you don't want a group of forward-looking 12 people. You want a group of followers that respect you. They don't respect you, you can forget the whole thing. But these are people that will follow you because they respect your opinion. They know that you've worked out the details, that you have got an exact game plan in mind, one that will take us from point A to point B to achieve success. Wonderful. That's a good leader for followers. Let's get back to our other leadership group over here, our Magic 12. Oh, and that's my favorite group, the Magic 12. Have I been disappointed in the past with different things? Yeah, absolutely. Where I thought I brought the Magic 12 together and it really wasn't. Other times, just absolutely incredible. And it's incredible, what could be accomplished. Actually spoke about them today on some other idea I got. We'll save that other idea for a later date because it's for next year. Assuming this year happens the way it should happen. So this year, I need a bunch of people that are like followers for the most part. Next year, forward thinkers. It's going to be interesting. Some of the reason for followers is time is of the essence. So it's not a matter of getting everybody together, hash out different ideas. It's like, okay, I got a game plan, make it happen. But let's go back to our Magic 12. Who's in our Magic 12? Who's in our, I guess Kathleen and Karen are two of our Magic 12 people. Magic 12. What are the Magic 12? The Magic 12 forward-thinking people are highly spirited. Fantastic. They respect you first and foremost, okay? But they are highly spirited people. They want to conquer the world. They see everything as an opportunity, not just kind of opportunity, but opportunity. Opportunity. They see everything as a bright, shiny object. That's right. It's fantastic that silver ball is over there. That's a bright thing. That's a good thing. That's going to help people. It's going to help move whatever project forward. Bam! Count me in on it. Do you have the time to do this? I'll make the time to do this. And they do. They do. You ever want to get something done where you really need assistance? Go talk to somebody who's really busy. Someone who's got a lot of time on their hands. Why? They're efficient? Well, if they have a lot of time on their hands and they're using that other free time to go, I don't know, enjoy a pool, maybe go for a hike, maybe run, maybe read a book, maybe meditate, maybe whatever it is. Well, they're using their time efficiently in a manner that makes sense to them. But if you speak to a person that's involved with a lot of projects and keeping those projects together and keeping things moving forward and getting sometimes frustrated, sometimes excited, the all over the place. Here's what you have found. Besides the unofficial term of a nutcase, but you found the type A personality. We'll talk in proper business terms here. You have found the type A personality person that is looking for excitement. But not just excitement for the sake of excitement. We're talking risk takers here. Risk takers, those that jump out of planes or, they jump out of planes or go surf these 75-foot waves, which is like unbelievable, and do all those kinds of things. That's a different kind of risk taker. That's a self-motivated thing. They're out there. They just need that adrenaline rush. Not a bad thing, but that's a different kind of person than what you need. You need a type A personality that loves the adrenaline of the process, the adrenaline of achieving or working to achieving something, that it's not even so much as the end goal. It's kind of interesting, but it's not even so much as the end goal. It's the how they go about doing something and the process of doing it and pulling the resources together to do it, making the phone calls or whatever it is that they need. That's a type A personality in a business sense that really would work well as your forward-looking Magic 12 team goes. Want to go look at that one? I'll go look at that. Go take a look at an entrepreneur. Go look at an entrepreneur that's a perennial entrepreneur. Always is, always will be. Will never be happy collecting a paycheck or doing anything straight up like that. They love the entrepreneurship. But what is it that they really like about that? I can tell you that a lot of people that are in multiple businesses or have bought and sold businesses, they like the art of the process. They like to build, get rid of it after it's done because it's no longer exciting. Now you're running a business as opposed to creating a business. And then they move on to something else. Risk takers? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. When then there's certain parameters that they're comfortable with, et cetera, et cetera. We all have different levels of risk that we're willing to take, be it for time, be it money, whatever your situations are, and that changes up quite a bit. Probably a lot riskier when we were 18 years old, slow down a little bit, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, it all changes up a little bit. Maybe as you get older, you got different parameters you're working with. Perhaps something that was too risky to take on. It's like starting a second job or an outside project or a hobby that you're going to be away for a month. You need to have the ability to do that. So that would be risky walking in there and telling your boss, hey, I'm not going to be here between August 1st and September 3rd. Why? I'm going to go ride a bike across the United States. So I need the time off. That might be a rather confident request when you're 30 years old and you got a family at home and a mortgage to pay and stuff like that. And you're like, how are they going to take that? Because that person may look at you and say, it seems to me that your personal life is more important than your business life. Forget about discussing the balance in there. And they just may say, yeah, why don't you take that vacation? And then when you come back, you can hand us your 2-week resignation because obviously we're not that important to you. I was like, ooh, you know what? That's a challenge. That you might not want to do. Might not want to take that risk. Then, if you're 60 or you're at the other end of your career, you got all kinds of credibility and you got all kinds of stature and whatever else that goes along with it. Maybe you don't need the job anymore. You're just doing the job. You might say, you know what? I'm going to take that month because I've given this company 20, 30 years, 40 years, whatever it is. And I want to do it. I feel like I deserve it. And whatever the consequences are, the consequences are. And if they say, same thing, enjoy your vacation. When you come back, hand us your 2 weeks notice. You're like, okay. Then the ball's back in their court as to what to do. But that's a different level of risk at a different time, different place. Let's get back to our entrepreneur. They really enjoy the art of building. And then they sell it. It goes away. Put a few dollars in their pocket and move on. There. If you're building a team of Magic 12, that's the kind of attitude that you want. And you, as a good leader, should recognize the fact that they have ideas, an incredible amount of ideas, perhaps too many ideas because they live in that bright, shiny object world. But you get that group of 12 together and you practice good leadership skills. Good leadership skills are this in this case: do not tell. Do not tell. Do not tell them what to do. Do not tell them how to do it. Do not tell them anything. Suggest and do it at a higher level, and then practice that special art, listening. And see if we can get everybody else to practice special art of listening too. Because remember, you got a Magic 12 group here. Everybody's got an opinion. So set the framework for everything. Set the framework for Mary goes first, and Mary's going to talk, and then after that, we can go around the room, and everybody's going to share their thoughts, and build on that. But here's what you need to do from that leadership skills. Remember, we're not talking about you being the sergeant. The sergeant leader is telling them, okay, here's the project, here's what we're doing, here's the phone calls you're making, here's what you're going to say, here's what you're going to do. Back away from that. We're going to the general. General is going to take it like this and give a higher level thing. So look, that hill over there, that goal that we want to achieve, this event that we want to put 200 people in 2 weeks, that's going to be a challenge. Here's the issues surrounding it. We don't have that much time. We don't have that much material to share, right? We don't have the budget to do it. We don't whatever. Lay out all these don't haves. Because here's what's going through the minds of your Magic 12 people. Not that you're weak. Oh no, not at all. They trusted you in the first place, so they wouldn't be there for that. But they're going to sit there understanding that one, hey, really glad this is a full disclosure meeting, right? These are the problems. These are not the opportunities. These are the problems we have right now. These are the obstacles we're facing. These are going to turn into, in their mind, those opportunities. Hence, right? We're, talking the way we do and name this thing the way we do, because every one of these challenges that we face are an opportunity. It's an opportunity for creativity, first and foremost, and then go. So here's what's going through their mind as they sit there and listen to you. One is that, you know what? Really glad we're here. Everybody, probably know everybody, maybe not, whatever, but they know that you have chosen the right group of people for this thing. Forward looking, we can accomplish group of people. You sit up there, you sit up there and you share the challenges of that project right out the bat. Here's what's going to go through their minds. You're authentic. I've mentioned that already. You're authentic. And also what they're thinking here is, okay, if that's the case, we only have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We only have 2 weeks. We only have 2 weeks. How do we do it? And they're going, and they're answering the question. How do we do it? And you have 12 people there. You have 12 different backgrounds that are now looking back on their own expertise, on their own successes, on their own failures. That's right, I use that word, on their own failures, learning moments, less than desired outcomes. And they're coming up with solutions for that. They're coming up with solutions. 2 weeks. Let's see. So how do we market in 2 weeks? I just had a conversation with somebody yesterday about that. Promoting something, where it is a limited time frame. So, oh, well, you can do this, you can do that, do that. This morning, another conversation. You can do this, you can do that, you can do that. All right. So the opinions are there, and they're both forward-looking people, and it was a little, they just spit it out. Don't ask if they can't spit it out. They just spit it out. You got this group over here. That's it. Now, these folks I spoke to just spit it out. It was the right environment for them to do that. But that group, that Magic 12 group, go back to good leadership skills. So you're going to tell them whatever your shortcomings are or whatever the problems are, the obstacles that need to be faced, and they're all answering them. But here's what you should do too. Behind you, whiteboard, blackboard, whatever board, doing on Zoom, whiteboard, whatever. Actually spoke to a math teacher that's using some screen on there too. This woman's like 80 years old. She's teaching math over at one of the college level courses, and she's just loving the fact she's doing this whole thing remotely. And she's got all these different features she's doing, but she's using a board that she writes on, which she writes her, for her. And if you saw her there, it would be backwards, but the screen flips it around. So she's just writing right like, yeah, I think that's great. So whatever your resources are to do this, write out those obstacles each and every time, right? Obstacle, 2 weeks. Obstacle, 2 weeks. Obstacle, no budget. Obstacle 3 is want to raise $10,000. Write them all down. Write them down. Don't get crazy writing too many down. Based on the amount of time you have in the meeting. And then go and then let Mary speak first and tell everybody Mary's going to share her idea. Give her 2 minutes, again, depending on how much time you have over here. And then let everybody go around the room for 1 minute. If they want to comment on it, Make sure they have a piece of paper in front of them or something to jot down their notes and do that. Then let everybody go around the room and comment on that first problem. We only have 2 weeks. And you're going to hear different points of view as to what to do, what not to do. Now, your job as a leader, to explain the problem. Now, your job as a leader backwards on the other side of it is to kind of filter through and practice your listening skills and pull out those things that you see as realistic to achieve. Remember, you got the bright, shiny object team over here. So pull out those ideas, those actionable ideas from that group as what is reasonable to achieve. And you can go through item number 1, item number 2, item number 3, do the same. Same thing for everybody. I wouldn't start with Mary out all the time. Go flip to the other side and then pick somebody out of a hat for the last one. You know, keeps everybody on their toes when you're picking something out of a hat. Make it a little bit of fun. But make sure that you are listening to everybody. Because this goes back to the last comment I want to make here about good leadership skills. Besides being either sergeant or general, knowing who your audience is, knowing are they followers or are they leaders themselves? Big questions here. And then you need to give direction. Of course, your own challenge here is you've got the Magic 12, which is a magical group of people, but they're not just involved with your thing. They got their own thing. They probably have somebody else's thing. They're involved with everything. So they will need something specific to achieve from the outcome of that meeting. And then to attack it that way. Let them attack it that way, the way they feel is best to do it. Now what they have and what you have a group of dedicated people that are doing what they love to do with their own expertise to help you achieve that goal. What they are doing, and what they now have, is they have a sense of ownership. It's something we all want. We're not followers, we're leaders also. So whatever it is that we do, we want to be a part of. We want to be a part of the team. We want to be a part of the solution. We want to be a part of the success of the whole thing. We want to be able to say, you know, I was a part of something that was good. And that's really important. You can do that with your audience. If you can empower them with a clear set of goals, if you can empower them with allowing them to speak and hear out their ideas and allowing them to use their expertise in helping you achieve the goal of the group and having them feel a huge sense of ownership in the project and in the outcome, that's a win. That is a big win. That is what a leader does. You lead sometimes, you follow sometimes, and you get the heck on out of the way many times if that's your group, if you've got the group of Magic 12. That is absolutely fascinating. You know, my role on that one is Toastmasters. I got 32 seconds to go over here. Well, 40 seconds. Toastmasters. I ran a conference. I had 17 committees. Did I know what I was doing? No. Did I know how to lead? Yeah. Did I know how to lead by email? This was pre-video days, and we were Westchester, New York City, and Long Island. We never all got together, 17 committee heads. I learned an awful lot. The biggest thing I learned was that lead, follow, get out of the way. I gave them the big objectives. They figured out how to do it. We had record attendance, record revenue, record everything. It was great. It was really great. Maybe next year I get to do that again. Not Toastmaster Land, but something else. All right, we're at 30 seconds, 30 minutes. It's all good. Thank you, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. Kathleen, Karen, it's the K Movement today. And everybody, just absolutely have a great week. We're getting toward the tail end of summer. All good. Enjoy the next couple of weeks before all the back to school stuff and everything like that. I've even seen Halloween stuff appear already. Crazy. Get that out of the way. Don't want to see that yet. Back to school, good. Yeah, but let's get that one done. But no matter what it is that you're doing, here's what you need to do. You need to speak well. You need to speak often. You need to live inspired, because I guarantee you, somebody out there, whether you know it or not, is watching and listening and seeing what you're doing. And if you're doing the right thing, hey, you want to know something? That's the best leadership of them all. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Hey, Rita, there we go. Good to see you there. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow. Maybe we'll get back to that other project. All right, what do you say? Let's play the band. Do-do-do-do. Rock music.